Hello, everybody. I don't know if somebody complained or not. We can find out. Maybe someone doesn't like hearing the truth. I know I heard on the radio today that they were starting to try and figure out how to get people back out into society, which is essentially the things that I'm saying on my channel. So I don't know if somebody complained or what, but that's what it said. It said a YouTube noise copyright violation or a complaint, and there's no music or anything else going on here. So yeah, I don't know if somebody specifically complained. I would be prepared for the possibility that someone does it again. You know, a lot of people, they like to do mean things to people without being brave and speaking up. But to those that do respond in any way, I definitely appreciate it. I'm open to debate of all kinds. I have a very good life because I've earned it, and it definitely wasn't given to me. So yeah. Anyway, here's my video of me firing up my plane. That's awesome, Farmer. We'll have to check that one out for sure. I don't know what happened, Wayne. But Wayne, I heard a rumor in a show that your granddaughter has contracted corona. If that's true, I definitely am sorry to hear that, and I wish her the best. Be strong and persevere. And just so you guys know, why I'm late is my family contacted me and we did a Zoom. I was at work and I Zoomed all the way home on the phone, gave the phone to my kids. Now they're talking with my family, and I was a little bit late. And then we had that shutdown as well. So, yeah. EQRC, hello, sir. You guys are starting to fill the room up again. That is definitely nice. Yeah, maybe that, Dave Marshall. You had what in the title? I don't know if I had anything weird in the title. I had spring fever in the title. Fever. I had the fever. He's doing better, Winley. So, okay. So maybe they did get it, and then, yeah, definitely. Good luck with that. And, for some people, hello, Jermaine. Thank you, EQ. Appreciate that thumbs up, my man. Thank you for everybody stopping in. I've been, like I was saying, definitely busy at work. One of the things I was saying on the last stream is I got an order for a 3D printed visor, but our printer, although it is very nice, it's a high end, and this is our lower, say, polymer printer, but still it's a high-end polymer printer, yeah, I guess so, RCR Marshall. I got, kicked out. What I had to do was, and it's pretty cool, I'm pretty proud of myself for what I was able to do, is basically make a connector out of 3D print that locked in to the other, because our printer could only print this much, and the arms on it, I couldn't print them out on the same tray. So I did some unit test of those, and it slides in very nicely, holds very tightly. Put some other little things on it, made it comfortable for whoever's going to wear it. And yeah, so let's see if printing mask is the keyword that gets me kicked off. We shall see. Got to have more cowbell. Yeah, maybe someone does. It's crazy. It's one of those things. As soon as I think about it, I'm like, I really want to not joke about it in case somebody does, because eventually it's going to hit home. Eventually it's going to hit one of us. It's a matter of time. You know what I mean? Whoa. Let me mute. All right. Oh, nope, not better. Maybe I should get something. All right, maybe I should get something to drink. I don't know. But yeah, Big Brother has his eye on lots of shit, says Mike Keller. Yeah, definitely. But these are the times when we realize that how powerful is Big Brother. If they're not paying attention to this stuff, and to me, the people like the CIA, they should be on top of this. They should be mapping it out and be like, knocking on people's door. Oh, your cousin just visited. Guess what? He had corona. I bet you have it too. Here's your test. Yup, you're positive. They're not doing that, and that really actually, in some ways, shows their weakness. So CIA, I'm calling you out. You guys should be ahead of this stuff. You guys, CDC, FEMA, Homeland Security, you guys should be on top of this. But, oh well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was printing the mask. So yes, suck it, YouTube. And whoever else. But I'm pretty proud of my mask. Thank you, baby. I am pretty proud of my mask, my shield that I printed out today, because it does click in very nicely. And when I was doing my unit test, when I clicked it in, you can hardly see the seam. And one of the things I had to do was take something from an STL file, and this is something you guys will eventually be doing. That's why I'll keep talking about this. And you guys will be doing this for 3D prints at your house in polymer and making little figurines for your vehicles, your boats, your tanks, your bring it, big government. So for your airplanes. So one of the things I had to do was I had to take an STL and convert it into something solid. I can grab, push, pull, right? And then I had to slice the arms off just enough to put in what I had made, which was the connection. And then basically fuse the connection to one side, fuse the connection to the other, make it all soft for the person who's going to wear it, and make sure I have a right side and a left side, have indications to line them up, top and the side, because they do fit right and left. But the other nice thing about the shield is that it can be put on top of a baseball cap, and you can clip it in, right? You don't need the arms, and then you have your shield. It's just crazy, though, that these days going forward, you'll see them in the stores with shields on. It's a different life. It's all good. Yeah, they did fail us. And it's not, I'm not saying political at all. It's the threat failed us. One of the things that I was saying on my show is the economy is our strength. That's where we are. There's one thing that wins wars. It's logistics. Okay? You don't have logistics to get fuel and supplies and people somewhere, you lose. Plain and simple. And it's our Navy and all our oil that we can carry around, and the ships there, especially with the nuclear fuel, right? But you still got to get resupply to them. Without that, we can't protect ourselves. We can't protect our shores. That's what the Navy does. Our Air Force reaches out. Our Army builds and maintains. Our Marines invade. Our SEALs and Special Forces and Rangers, they kick ass. It's, it is. And then Deuces is in logistics. Good. Oh, yeah, that's right. You do the warehouse. It's crazy because if our economy goes down, and this coronavirus is shutting down our economy, and that's why I'm so emphatic and you guys see me doing these talks on the way to work. I feel strongly about this, and it may seem like I am reckless in some ways and saying, get out. You guys are big guys. You do what you want, right? Don't be pansies, But if you hear that voice, just like you're hearing the other voices of be scared, stay inside, this is the other voice, and that's what it is that's important to me. Just hear the other voice. And you guys, I want you to be safe. Things that I did a talk on the way to work today, and it was essentially about what I've always wanted is a clean station before you get into your house. And I would take it so far to, you could even have a shower there. It'd definitely say wash your hands in a sink before you go into the rest of your house. Take off your dirty clothes, things like that. You can even have a washer dryer up off to the side, so your dirty clothes just never go into your house. Things like that. But yeah, I want to talk more about planes and things. Let's see. Wild Bill says federal government just enslaved our grandchildren for trillions. And it's crazy. I read that and I read the first part about it. Federal government just enslaved. Well, some can argue that, but he's talking about that sentence is our grandchildren. He's looking ahead into the future and he's talking financially. So the first part of that I hear, federal government just shut us down. In some ways, yes, very much controlled us. And it sucks for them, and I'm just being honest. They're being very, very cautious. That's good. But their cautiousness for all of this and scaring people. I mean, people are already adults. They're going to do what it is they're going to do, But I think they pushed people a little bit more, and they're not spending the money. Our economy goes down, so does our strength. We won't have the money to pay for the technology to keep doing things that America needs to do to stay safe. I mean, it's the F-35 that cost a boatload of money, but it's going to keep us safe. Randy says, stores in Tennessee not getting restock. That's a problem. And it's crazy, too, because people are going to be questioning everybody as far as whether they can pay their bills or not. Not everybody's going to be able to pay their bills. Businesses are going to be shutting down. We need our government protection. Should I yell that, Wayne Lee? We need our government protection. See, that statement to me, I don't know whether he's serious or laughing. And I don't know whether he's saying, if he is serious, we need our government protection, but we're not getting it. Or we need to keep it. I don't know. They will save us. Okay. Now I know he's laughing. Now I know he's. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to go into politics. I really apologize for that, for even going there, and I'm not trying to. It's more to me about government in general and our own human instinct. We have to control it at all times, but it's our own human, God-given right that we have as humans, as animals. Anybody has that right. Guniak says, the American people can put an end to all this madness by letting their politicians know how mad they are, but they won't. So pathetic. I think you're right. And those who... There's a lot of people that talk. I think it's the channels in which they talk and how they organize themselves. There's some people that are very good at organizing and getting their word out. And it seems like there are really, really a lot of them, but it's not. It's just they're really good at getting their word out. I think there's a lot of people that, like Guniak says, whisper, well, this ain't good, but they don't say it. They don't broadcast it and all that good stuff. All right. So Randy says, I'm laughing, Wayne. um, yeah, let's change the topic. Hello, Kevin. How are you? Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. I love to give everybody a wrench. Helps us know who has been here before. It helps us know who is a friend, who is welcome. If you are somebody who's here and haven't talked before, go ahead and do that now so I can give you a wrench, put you on the crew of the in crowd, those who have been around here before. So airplanes and Lipo batteries. Let's get a list of batteries that you guys like. Some of the brands that let's just everybody just one brand first time around that you guys like so that it doesn't get too foggy, and we'll see if we can try to come to a consensus of some of the better batteries. GB has a new glider. Yes, back to plane talk. Craft King has got an Einav build. Admiral. Deuces Wild says Admiral. Eric says Admiral. What else we got? China Hobby Line. That gets Guniak. He did capitalize that. You guys see that? Guniak's got a lot of sway in this conversation. Oh, batteries. In Ontario. Is that a name? Is that a brand name of a battery, Farmer? We're playing a battery game name, Farmer. Jen's Ace Tattoo. Where are Jen's Ace? I mean, I guess they're all made in the same one, but it seemed like for a while I couldn't find Jen's Ace here in the U.S. I saw them on a lot of foreign sites. But where do you buy those, Craft King? I appreciate it, Wayne. I appreciate you putting up with me. So, Air Marshal had a joke. I missed it. Oh, yeah, I missed it. Trying to scroll through. Spectrum fools. Okay. That's the joke. Okay. So, Amazon for Jen's Ace. That's nice. Pulse are nice but pricey. That's good. And then Guniak thinks we're on round 2 already because he has HRB in there. And he already said one earlier, China Hobby Line. To me, I know that there was a lot of good sales on China Hobby Line at times. I don't know, Pilot Ryan. It just, bam, shut off. And my wife comes walking in the room. I'm like, I'm just glad you guys saw that as well. To know that, and that they let me start up another stream. I figured, if I'm some bad guy, they wouldn't let me start it up, but they did. So we're all back, though. Guniak, it's in Petaluma or something, right? Deuces Wild says Jen's Ace, Roaring Tops, HRBs. Deuces Wild just put it all out there. They're all made in huge China. China. Rich M. Rich M steps up out from the shadows and says, Josh, they all puff. Yes, they do, Rich M. And welcome to the show. Thank you for stepping up. First time caller. So, Rich M is now a moderator. So whenever you say something, your name will be blue and your comments will be white. Fever was in the title. Fever. Vagina. Vagina. I'm trying to say it correctly. Vagina. It just automatically goes to the other word when you see the va. And Craft King says, oh yeah, Dublin, South Bay, I'm in Winters. Rhonda was the complainer. She did it. Yeah, maybe. Hey, you know what? Good on her. If she was complaining and shut me up like that, that's she's got the key. She's happy now. Now she's probably in there smiling, thinking, really? This is all it takes? You can get your coat on, but you don't need it. Go get your clothes on. My little son running around. So the other thing I want to cover is the sales on the batteries. I know that there's like yearly sales. Are there some sales coming up in spring? And how is this, and I'm not back on the subject, but how is this corona going to affect the sales of planes? I mean, like, should we be looking to purchase here after a little while? Because there's going to be some major sales because people aren't buying and they want to get us to buy. Or is everybody home and purchasing and sales have gone up? I know some of you guys with links, you may know, like say Pilot Ryan, maybe Dave Marshall. If you guys have any tracking, I don't know whether Bledsoe is here or not, but I know he's smart with all the tracking and all. So how are the sales, Pilot Ryan? Are they, say, with people being home, are they going up? Are we going to get some sales? How are the numbers? And are we going to get some sales here soon? Too early to tell. Eric says, Josh Arrows says the shipment to them is behind. Did they, how long were they supposed to have had it? RC Air Marshal, no info? Do you, what's the status of, like, when you have people going like through your links, right? And you get some sort of benefit on that? And Chuck GRC says he has been buying more. You know, I can imagine. Okay, and Pilot Ryan says we'll see after tomorrow, which is Thursday, as far as I know. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, tax returns. But you know what's funny is my tax return is held. It was a big swath of people. We did it through TurboTax. But for some reason, okay, he does, Pilot Ryan. For some reason, the government, the IRS, oh, we're just going to hold them. Okay. All right. Okay. Shadow said that they're behind. Did they say any time or anything, or just they said it? Gotcha. Pilot Ryan Network. You could drop that link if you want. Definitely. I'm not repping myself, so you might as well be repped. I don't try to, you know, my channel is not about the numbers. To those who do have your channel for numbers, I want to support you guys. You know, I want to see all of you guys go up. And congrats to Jeff's Custom RC. He went up to 750 subs. So definitely. You know, he puts a lot of work into his channel. He puts a lot of work into his planes. Me, it's more like maybe I feel selfish. I'm not trying to really show off or fly for other people. I just want to make nice quality videos for you guys to enjoy, along with making you think, you know, hey, these are quality videos. I'm going to come back. And showing something that you guys can do. And I'm excited for all the editing you guys are doing. I know I've inspired quite a few people, and I'm going to keep doing that in different ways. I don't know if one of my issues is I get bored with things and I stop doing them. You know, it's maybe that's what it is with all of us with planes. We get bored with this type of plane. We get a more challenging Warbird type. We go from Warbird to EDF. Maybe that's why we're all here, you know, why we're in this hobby. It's challenging in general. You know, you can't just put up an airplane and fly it of any scale. HRB batteries are great for the price. Mine are 4 months old and getting better and better, Deuces. Okay, HRBs. I think that's one that I have to try is HRB. HRB and China Hobby Line. I know when I used to be in the Syracuse Drone Club a lot more active, the China Hobby line, those guys would post in there that they're having sales, and it's like buy so many and get so many free. Rhonda, if you are listening, can you grab the little one? I don't know if you guys can hear that. He is going crazy trying to scare my older daughter. So the other thing that's interesting to me is I'm going to be flying some jets, you know, getting more and more, and I'm not going to go crazy with okay, Rhonda, easy. I'm not going to be going crazy with the C rating on the battery. What's that? My daughter's telling me not to tell my wife to take it easy. She got upset at Avon. That's okay. Just a gentle reminder. My son is high strung. Yeah, RC Stinger, it's more and more. Definitely is a monster, Wayne Lee. Joel Kirsch stepping up with some good info, and it's good to hear that, Joel. And welcome to the stream. I'm not even sure that I know your name, but awesome. And I'm glad to hear that you are doing well with the smart batteries. Any other information you have to share, let us know, because, you know, not all of us are going there, at least yet. You know, I think those smart batteries are something that are going to be essentially, yes, Guniak, he was yelling. I thought Rhonda was going to jump under the table and just grab him. Avon, it's not funny. Settle down. You want to say hi to people? And Rhonda's not feeling well, so Rhonda gets a pass. It's not the corona, but Rhonda is not feeling well. All right, let me view this. I'll go back to my OBS here. You say hi? You have to say it. Say hi. Okay, if you're going to go now. But don't come back. Or just sit here and be quiet and be a good boy, okay? Okay, thank you. So, yeah, let me see if Joel Kirsch had said anything else as well. I got to, yeah, so, and one thing, it's funny when you just randomly go to a different spot in the chat and you see something. Deuce is wild. Just, all right, you going to go? Go. Don't come back. He's squirming on me. He says out of nowhere, I wish I could poop gold bricks. Wait. I didn't see anything else afterwards, so I don't know. Oh, yeah. Pilot Ryan is dropping something at 11 p.m. Shadow Ops. Josh, I have 4 of those said monsters, including a set of monsters, 6-year-old twin girls. I'm sure they get onto each other every once in a while. Flying a helo? Wow. That's kind of scary. I do actually have some remote control cars. I kind of wish that I could, like, say, grab them. You know, I did get an Admiral, and it did provide me a good bit of power in one jet. But one battery that I really liked was Roaring Top. Roaring Top was a lot of power, and I was really happy with that. Uh-oh. Rhonda caught the Avon. So, King Rat, I hope the new thing flies. So let's see, we got something coming from Pilot Ryan tonight. Joel Kirsch says you can blame Pilot Ryan for the batteries. Oh, for the smart stuff, right? Because he got into all that here recently. And And I'm reading Michael Rochka's. No, you just have a digestive problem, LOL. And we also have something coming from Jeff soon. I saw he had something that said smart. Dennis Farley, hello, good evening. How are you? Oh, live tomorrow at 8. Today being Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, 8 o'clock. Pilot Ryan live. Good stuff. Guniak, just expensive, but he was talking about Roaring Top. See, I didn't think that Roaring Top was all that expensive, but maybe it's because they have high C ratings. So you're getting high C, you're going to pay for it, but you're not going to get an inexpensive Roaring Top because they only make quality. So I see that. But I really liked my Roaring Top batteries. I got like 1400 4S, I think maybe 60C, and that's what I flew my 64 millimeter F-15 in. And they just, for 1400 4S, you got a lot of power out of them, especially because you had that high C rating. But with that plane, it was very nice for me because I turned it into a hand launcher, and I would pop in a battery, put the hatch back on. I didn't have to strap it down or anything. So I would get 2 minutes of flight, bring it in nice and easy, land it, pull, drop, plug, put it back on, toss it. You know, that was nice. And I would charge in the field, so I would let my batteries get a little bit of a rest so they didn't puff, and charge them at a high rate because we're in the field, and then keep flying on those batteries. Dinner time. Be back in a few. See you later, Joel. Rhino with a big set of question marks. No, Roaring Tops are not cheap. They're definitely quality. It's nice that you can go there and you know you're going to get some good C ratings. But the thing is, for some of the jets, you just don't need it. You want to come say hi? No? Okay. That's my little Eiley there. RCR Marshall. Michael, does that mean that when you fly your plane, you limit your ESC to 5 amp draw? Don't worry about discharge. Suck. I'll not read the rest of the comment. You guys can read his comment if you want. F you, Kenny. Well, I guess we also have to define what's slow for discharge. I think it's, yes, Michael Rochka is right. If you charge and discharge without stressing your battery, they do last longer. You know, that's, I think, something that's for all batteries in general. Pulse 75 and 100 C packs, they kick ass, says Deuces Wild. Those are some pretty high C ratings. You know, if you guys haven't done it on some of those big packs, check out the amp draw for those high C ratings. I mean, it's like, wow, you're really up there. Guniak says, my fave packs were the 6S 35C 5800 packs I got on sale. They were $79 each when I got them, but they are over $120 each now. It's hard to buy a battery for $120 knowing that it went on sale for $79. It's like my editing software, Adobe Elements Premiere 2018. I saw it online for $69, and then it went up to $100. I'm like, I just can't pay that. So I waited like 3 months, and it went back down. And that was nice. Shadow, what's up? He says to Kenny. Is Kenny in the house? What's up, Kenny? How you doing tonight? So, I'm definitely thinking I need to try some HRB. Craft King said he's going to be doing an Einav video. If you guys are interested in Einav, definitely check that out. I think if you guys can solder wires, if you can do anything with a computer at all, you really can do Einav. It is a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not a learning curve like Tyrannus radios, open source. There's no OpenTX. It's not like that. It is the biggest thing that, and Randy will tell you, the biggest thing is getting your board and flashing it for the first time. And once you do that and you load the right software for that board using the Einav configurator, you're all set to go. From there, you're soldering GPS, you're soldering a camera, you're soldering a VTX, you're soldering your receiver, and you're hooking up your servers. You know, that's really it. And I would push anybody to give it a shot. It's a whole nother realm of flying. Just like I was saying, it's another challenge for you. So if you want a challenge, then I would push you there. Someone, so Ryan is having trouble getting a full charge. And Randy does have an Einav video up. Even less than smart batteries don't charge away. They peak at 93, 92%. Wild Bill, one thing I want you to try for that is charge your batteries not at a very high rate, but at a very low rate. Even if you did do a high rate of charge for your rating, do a smaller, almost trickle charge to those batteries and see what they get up to. There may be another limit in the battery itself, but a lot of times that charger will sense that it's full, and really it's rebounding up just like it sags down. So it'll push those volts, and that voltage will go up, and it's pushing it such a high thing that it goes all the way up, and it says, okay, I'm good, and it settles back down. So that's why it may depend on your charger as to how good your charger is to detect that voltage. I've never really had that problem, but I know that if I take a big battery and lower the amount that I go in, because you got to think about how much power it's putting through on those bigger batteries. It's a lot of amps, a lot of voltage, so it'll push a lot of power. Okay, Shadow Ups says, what is Einav? So let's say there's two things, but there's a lot more, okay? In the quad world, you have your configurator to set up your control board for your quads. Einav is the same thing, except it is more for the wings, okay? It's more for the navigation, the GPS. So one of the missions I did in Einav is at my house, I plugged in my Einav board, USB into the computer, turn on the Einav configurator, and I literally went to the map once my GPS had satellites, and I picked out locations. And I stored that onto the chip in the long-term memory. So I unplugged the battery, I went out to the field, I then plugged it in, and I brought that up from the long-term to the near-term memory. And then I altered a couple things because I was going to take off from another place. So I altered it and saved it. I put my plane up, and it flew on the mission, doing about all of that. Yeah, beta flight. That's actually the word I was looking for. So beta flight and Einav, and they're spin-offs of each other. And Einav is a huge world. There's people that support it. Yeah, it is. And now Betaflight is starting to support GPS, But Einav is more for wings. Like you can put in your fixed wing of different types, your dual ailerons, single aileron, or flaps. Although last I know, flaps is not something that Einav does very well. But RC Air Marshal also now, Betaflight is supporting the quads with a GPS and return home. And it's funny because a lot of the quad people were like, well, I don't need a GPS on my quad. I don't do that sort of stuff. But then they realized, they're like, well, a GPS chip is only this big. I only have to solder in a few more wires. It's not taking a lot of power. And if anything happens, I can flip a switch and my quad will come back to me. And it doesn't have to be the strongest, do a mission or anything like that. It really just has to, I'm not sure what a Mensa meeting is, Michael Rochka. You'll have to, Deuces Wild knows what it is. So the Betaflight is really useful for just getting your quad back to you, because a lot of times if they lose their visual, they're done. You know what I mean? Their quad, may not even know where it is, and they're hunting for hours. Instead of the quad flies back, gets somewhere near you, you get control, you get your visual back, and you're not hunting it. You may be flying again as well. Yeah, definitely. And when you get quads and you start building them, get with Randy, our Huffines, and he is the person that I know most recently that has went through the drama of flashing your board for the first time. There's a certain thing, a certain piece of software. See, I forget. I know he'll come up with it because he's been there soon. Troy Crank, good evening. That's all right for being late. It's all good. So, I did a little bit of Betaflight, and I found it fairly easy. I just did basically the simple thing. I had to do a couple things with my quad. I had to reverse one of the motors, but I had to go into a different type of ESC software to actually reverse the motors. But I did the very basic with quads in Betaflight. But when I got into Einav and I had the GPS going and I could set those waypoints, man, it was a whole nother world of challenging this, that, and the other. And it was back in the time when nobody else in my area was doing Einav. And all of a sudden, I take this plane and I launch it. I put the remote down and I launch this plane with my hand. No motor going at all. And next thing you know, the thing takes off, flying. And it takes off at the prescribed angle, the prescribed speed. It wound up the motor at the right rating. So it's one challenge after another to get that auto launch and to set it into a tree, because I was trying the auto land. That's fun. But that's what happens. It's one more challenge. And we got our resident genius in here, Deuces Wild, our resident box of rocks. Now, it's always nice when people do underestimate themselves, or underrate themselves. But don't underestimate yourself, any of you guys. What you all do is a challenge. Flying the plane, all the things you do, even that's also a nice thing about some of these people that fly. They keep it simple, and that's they're impulse driver fixer. That's what Randy says, impulse driver fixer. That's what I learned a lot from you guys, from flying planes and watching you guys' video. Can you imagine me doing this on my own? I would have gotten a plane and thought, oh, I'm going to learn when I put it upside down and drive it into the ground. No. you learn when your plane flies. Keep flying your plane. You don't have to show off to anybody. You just have to enjoy the flight. It's a lot more enjoyable to take your plane home, discharge your batteries down to storage level, recharge them back up, take your plane out again. That to me is a lot more fun. What's that? What's a learning tool? RC Air Marshal? Oh, Mensa is for the geniuses. No wonder I didn't know what it was. Okay, not sure what Eric and Dave were talking about. Setting fires with Lipo batteries, maybe. Yeah, if you guys haven't done that, you guys ask about a way to dispose of a battery. The one way, if you're out in the field and you're not near anybody, you can kind of do what I did, which is get a nail, drive it through your battery, kaboom. Don't do it. I'm trying to actually figure out how I got the battery into it, and I did do it very safely. I had a big flat stick because I was at my buddy's house, and I was able to hit it, drive it through. It wasn't going through the battery at the time. But yeah, if you guys have seen some other videos, Guniak saying I did a video with my kids a while back blowing up batteries. Yeah, I mean, you know, it really is the safest way in some regards, because if you don't have a way to dispose them otherwise, you're going to what? Leave them in the field? Or what? Take them in your car and drive home? You know, get it done with. Framing nail gun. So, well, I mean, that's the thing, Jeff, is, well, Jeff in Lower Alabama, do you discharge them all the way before you take them to Home Depot or Lowe's? Or are you still waiting on that 9 o'clock news story? Okay. This is interesting. Randy's got a Maytech F411 fixed wing with Einav 2.4 GPS bench check. Okay, so he's got a link for that on YouTube. And that's good stuff. Maytech, and that's the other thing now that also changed into greatness for the wing world, is the flight controllers for the fixed wing. Maytech is a good brand of electronic. Remember that name, Maytech, okay? I first bought and this is why it was so difficult for me to get into the flight controllers in the airplanes, because there really wasn't any flight controllers for the airplanes. I had to get one that was actually made for a quad and the same quad style configuration. And I also bought a VTX and a power board combo. Well, the nice thing about it is it had a ribbon that connected them, so I didn't have to do that wiring. It was essentially just doing my power wiring and my wiring to my my signal for my servos. And then off the power board, I powered all my other components. But now they make flight controllers that are specifically for fixed wings. So you're able to get all the different voltages that you want, you know, to power your VTX, which is going to take a lot more power. Josh Bardwell did a video on your GPS, which takes a lot less power. Your and when I say a lot less, not even the 5 volts that people actually think. It's something like 3.3 volts. And then you got your camera. It's safe to give it 5 volts most of the time. A lot of your VTXs will take in full power, and then they'll output 5 volts clean to your camera. So that's why I say 5 volts for that. And there's also a Maytech F7 something. And what's really nice is I haven't done it yet. I bought, say, camera switchers, but then along with Maytech coming out with the flight controller specifically for wings, they also came out with a flight controller that has a camera switcher in it. So you can, in Einav, configure your remotes to do different modes, your switches to do different modes. And one of those modes could be switched to a camera facing, say, forward, one facing down, or forward and back. And then you can have, and why I bought the Tyrannus radio is it has dials on either side, or rotary knobs. So that way I can do pan and tilt. Now it's been a while since I've bought that, and I haven't exactly gotten there yet, but a lot of things have happened, especially if you guys, watch my driving videos. You know how difficult my last year has been. Don't let it get you down, but sometimes it can slow you down. But I'll get there. I'm waiting on this snow to melt outside and start getting warm. I moved in last winter. I did a lot here in the summer, still a lot going on, but I didn't have as much money as I would have wanted to, even though I was bad boy and bought some jets still. But I should have had more, would have been nice to have more money and buy some of these electronics. But then again, hey, it happens. So Josh Bardwell is a farmer, pig farmer, and he's from Georgia Tech. So he has an automatic in with Dave Marshall. I was curious if my daughter over there was saying something. So Randy says, going to fly Maytech F4 at 111 in my Bixler 2 glider. Randy, are you going to do the camera and everything, or what was it that you said you weren't going to do? The GPS yet? I forget what you were saying. You're not going to go that route. You're not going to go all the way. But yeah, and I enjoyed my route on the flight control and the Einav. It was me having to get somebody to throw my plane. It was a Ranger, and if you guys know those planes, they're just awful to launch. And I flew it first in manual mode. So when you get an Einav controller and you wire it up, it's just like everything else. This thing has control of your servos, if you wire them in that way. So you can launch it and it can overcorrect and correct the wrong way, So then you got to go to the next step. All right, now I'm flying in stabilized mode. How is this? Okay, now that I'm stabilized, what about my level mode? How is that? Or my heading hold, my altitude hold? So you have to test all of these things. And it's exciting. The first time you test, come back to me, and you see that plane come back and start flying around in circles over your head, that's some exciting stuff. And just maybe a little bit of it is a power trip. You flip a switch, and you get that return to home, and you just can take off your goggles, and you just know your plane's coming back. It's just awesome stuff. Dave's personality bugs me, Eric. What did he say? RCR Marshall says he's very typical Georgia Tech guy. Whoa, what? I missed that, the topic of this one. Things upside down here, Josh. I can't even read that. I'm so... Mike Keller says lots of stuff is now in stock. Good to know. I guess China shipments are still happening for Horizon. So, yeah, we shall see. All right, so we are 9:13. Not yet time to leave, but I do want to check on GB Linden. See how his commute home. Is he going? Is he at work? Or is GB Linden home now? Shall we summon it? Please summon the captain. Definitely. Always love the captain. But yeah, I got to check on GB Linden. See what's going on with him. Or if you're in the room, GB, speak up. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us what's going on. I don't see him in the room, though. All right. So, RCO Marshall says he's not using TP. He's swimming in the neighbor's pool. Is the captain in here? Uh-oh. You guys may be receiving buffering. Are you guys receiving buffering? That's what YouTube says. Hopefully you guys... let me read this Stinger comment. Somebody's really laughing at him. Somebody's really laughing. Make more alien butt plugs to sell, Josh. While people are at home. Probably go like hotcakes. Yeah, I actually did. We're getting an order for a metal print, and we have to get our pricing game on that. I ran these pieces through the ringer and got them basically ready to print out of metal. But I was saying to him today, you know, we gotta get a pricing on those alien butt plugs. Captain, oh Captain, where art thou? Says Eric. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. That's too bad. Let's see. GB Linden. He's got his reminder up, but yeah, I haven't heard from him. And I don't have my phone to text him either. You had me at both, Deuces. Jackson RC, what's going on, my man? How are you tonight? Are you guys staying inside? Not able to do the flying and all? That definitely stinks. Are you guys, how's your son taking this? He's got to stay home, right, Jackson? Are anybody's kids actually going to school anywhere in this country? That's okay, Stinger. You can kid. I won't judge if you actually want it. You can say you're kidding. Put some RC Air Marshal special oil grease on it. Oil lube. Although he himself, that's not a very good salesman. If you're asking for no sanding, but yet you sell coconut oil. All right, so what else does anybody want to talk about? GB goes live in 14. And in the meantime, what are we talking about, gentlemen? Let's talk about your topic. What do you guys have? No school, Southern California. So I'm thinking what Guniak is saying is his son's a senior and he's not going to school. Our kids are adults now. Yeah, I guess most of you guys. Well, what about grandkids? We're flying. Maryland schools closed till April 24th. What a damn scare. It is. You know, I tell you, and that's why I put out one of my videos. The second one is I felt it. And, you know, it's interesting as well that my brother sent me a text that somebody asked, put out a message, maybe the Army themselves, to captains and enlisted and sergeants and all, to say, you know, hey, would you guys be interested in returning to duty to help out with this? And it's like, you know, those are the sort of people that you're going to need because we're trained in NBC. You know, they can give us gear and we can follow rules and we can be clean and set up tents and also keep people away, you know, things that just naturally could happen. I'm actually, I was thinking about joking around about, you know, putting on, is it a time to put on a military gas mask? Because I have a military gas mask, but it's, you know, I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to make people think I'm joking. But you also have to take things like lighthearted. I think that's the way soldiers, sailors, Marines, and seamen get through things is they joke. You know, they're in the toughest situations. But, you know, Dave will tell you, it's nothing but jokes in the submarine. But they also can have that seriousness about them. Is in the tube deep in the house? I think I see his name. Where was the comment? But yeah, definitely. Everybody just keep lighthearted, you know. And if somebody like Jackson is saying a scare, it's a scare, you know. So that's where it is that we have to take things seriously. It's to help out each other. You know, I went over to my neighbor's house right over here, and they're an older couple. And I just wanted to make sure they had groceries and things like that. And they literally had a sign on the door saying, you know, we enjoy your company, but we're not going to entertain guests. So I just, you know, knocked on the door. I saw them there, and I just talked to them through the door. Just wanted to make sure they had groceries. And they did. They said they had the store over here delivered to them. That's the sort of things that you guys, you know, can and I would say should be doing, is to talk to your neighbors. You don't have to get close to them or anything. Take a walk, you know, find out. I know it seems like the social media, people think they're connected, but they're really not. It's maybe they're more connected over there. But, you know, yeah, stay calm, wash hands, use hand sanitizer, but then also, you know, when you get home and when you can, actually wash the hands. That's good to hear, Amy. Too bad we can't get you on a live stream right now. That would be a lot of jokes right now. And welcome to the show. First time talking up. So welcome, and you are now a moderator. And I definitely want to thank you for all of the videotaping, filming you do for your husband. Those are some good videos. I think some of the times when you're behind him, just say, Dave, get out of the way. I'm the camera person here, and I'm priority. These people want to see you fly, so you get out of the way. I'll stand up here. But really, stand next to him. You know what I mean? Because it just makes it harder for you. Wash your hands. Yep. Wild Bill says his daughter is off work. She works at a dental office. It is crazy. Think about too, and I got a good text today. It really made me feel good that my barber sent out a text to everybody saying, hey, I'm down. See you guys when I can. You know, but it was a lot more substance than that. And someone else took him off, sent out something to everybody else and said, hey, he's down. Let's get him some money. Pay it forward. You can, you know, get some services from him later for that. But he's got no money right now. I mean, he's a cash business. He has to, you know, cut hair or else he doesn't make a living. So I told that person, hey, you know, I'll definitely contact you back to do some donating because, you know, I love my barber. He's great. He really takes his time, gets me in when I want. They're some of the most important people in your life. And you can't beat a good barber. And he does the razor shave and all that. So all those people, if you got a little bit of money to spare, you don't know how bad they're hurting. So things like that go a long way. Uh-oh. Amy does sound wasted. Amy's never said this much in a room that I know of. I think last time I heard from Amy was GB's chat. We had my wife and Amy giving GB money for more drinks that night on his wine show. It was great. Everybody was tipping him on that show. Uh-oh. The emojis are coming out. Randy says, Amy Marshall, if Dave got the coconut... Okay, I can't read that. I'll let her read that if she can. She may not be able to focus right now. Oh, yeah. Get your big squid head out of the shot, Dave. Yeah, all the barbershops, all those shops. It is crazy. We have somebody from out of town right now. They're setting up a sinter furnace. We have one of 20 in the country sinter 2 furnaces, and it's larger. What happens is we print out something that has plastic and wax and metal powder in it, and it's 20% larger. And then we wash it, which takes out the wax. So the third step is we put it into this sinter oven, and it's basically a tube that is fired electrically, feed at 208 volts, and it's also fed argon with a little bit of helium, and the product comes out basically solid metal. So this guy is in town this week to set up this furnace, and right now it's doing its first burn-in. So that to me is this person is out of town and they're staying in a hotel every night. So how many points of contact are going through there? And CA still failing us? CIA? You don't even get the respect now of me calling you the right name. You're just CA. You're not intelligence anymore. So, yeah, that's why I take the precautions where I go my walkout basement door, take my clothes off down there, sanitize my hands, and then I come upstairs, get some pajama stuff on. We have to take these precautions these days. Deuce is Wild says he's accepting donations for his RC fund. Oh, the captain is here. He says Amy is like a furnace, hot and full of alcohol. Well, mine is not full of alcohol, but it's I don't know, 1300 Celsius. It's up there. Something like 2400 Fahrenheit. I don't know. RCM Marshall says, dang, see fellows, Amy is yelling at me for not buying airplanes. LOL. Yeah, she must be drunk for yelling at you for not buying airplanes. Captain, how are you tonight? Are you working? Are you now going into, has the corona put you into early retirement? Yes, Dennis Farley, the photon is present. Good to see you, Captain. And what happened the other night with the Zoom? We started like crapping on him as if we were for real. And Captain doesn't start up his camera, his audio, and he takes off. I'm like, what the heck? Was he just lurking and we found out he was there and he took off? Or did we actually hurt his feelings? Because I don't think you can actually hurt the captain's feelings. I think he's too smart for that. Yeah, definitely Shadow Ops. We're going to be going to GB's. He'll be showing up here. Hey, there he is. But we'll put a link in there, Eric, and everybody can hit that link and follow over. I'll get it actually here ready. GB, are you in your studio and ready? And I see a little plane here. Does that plane have FPV? If it does, that'd be cool. Well, I don't want to know. That's how Captain got corona. His comment right there. He says he generally sucks. That's how he got corona. All right. So we are very close. You guys can head over anytime you want to GB's show. Yes, 18 likes. I do appreciate those 18 that you guys put in here. For those who thumbed up, definitely appreciate it. If you don't mind, if you'd like to, thumb it up on the way out. If you don't want to and you'd like to thumb down, feel free. If you want to, step up and talk about why. Hey, that's okay. But anyway, I wish you guys a wonderful Wednesday night. I hope I didn't talk about the corona too much. I hope GB doesn't necessarily have to talk about the corona too much either. It's almost spring. I think we're going to be putting all of this behind us. Let your fears dictate how you stay safe. That's what your fears are for. Have comfort that your fears are going to keep you safe. Just like fight or flight. It's a reason your body gets all amped up. You know, no worries. So, thank you everybody that came to the show. Thank you for all the people that chatted. That's the best thing. You guys are the best. I can't believe I'm still here and you guys are still here. Really. You guys are awesome. Yeah, we can take it, Wild Bill. We're good. You guys are a good crowd. Before I know it, we'll be over with this social distancing thing. Still be careful and cautious, of course, right? Keep that in mind. This is just one thing in line of another. But we'll be flying together soon before we know it. All right, everybody. I'm going to drop that link for GB's show once again. Let's start his. Josh Weaver, RC, out. Thank you, Deuces Wild, RC Air Marshall, Wild Bill, Dennis Farley, Toy Crank RC, Mike Keller, Randy, R. Huffines, 13. I appreciate that, Deuces. Love to you too, my brother, and love to everybody else. You guys really are awesome. I think if we didn't have this crowd and this social, these times would have been a lot worse, don't you think? This really does help us out. See you later, Pilot Ryan. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate your information and your comments in here as well. RC Stinger, Shadow Ops, Jeff in Lower Alabama. Michael Rochka, my neighbor. Some other names in here. Jackson RC Aviation. All right. If I didn't say you, I still say your name. I still love you. Kevin Trappin. All right. I'm going to end this. Let's go to GB's. I don't see him up yet. It says premieres in 58 minutes. Do I have my time wrong or did he set his time wrong? It's 9:30. It is. GB, what are you doing? Are you going to start it live? Or do you have it for that time? Which is good. Thank you, Deuces. I definitely appreciate that. You guys are fun. GB, are you in here? Is your show starting? I'm not hearing any ads play either. Yeah, let's see what's going on. When are we starting? Alrighty, everybody. Once again, it is fun. I think I'm addicted to hosting the show, just like I'm addicted to watching all of yours. But I have faith that GB is going to start up his show. I'm officially going to end this. Josh Weaver, RC, out.